puts the man in motion. Again gets to Johnson, and he gets down close. Looks like he's about a half-yard short. Ball inside the 1. Johnson again. Yep. This time he is hit by Jack Reynolds and knocked backwards, if you can believe that. 11th play in this drive coming up. Anderson will look and throw. Alexander does not get in. They give the shot there, I don't know. The 49ers don't think he made it. Who's on the bottom of that pile? Jack Reynolds again, number 64. That's a team effort for San Francisco's defense.
Craig batters his way to the goal line. He goes in for a 49er touchdown. And the 49ers are leaving the Miami Dolphins far to the rear now.
Weiss has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana, touchdown, John Taylor.
This is complete domination. The 49er offense has beaten the Denver Bronco defense every way.
From the 44, they fake it to Floyd. Young to the air, Young to Jerry Rice. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Well, that's quite a statement their defense made. To handle the middle of the football field, and Frank, I have dumbfounded as to what they're doing.
Good move to the outside on Carrington.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a legendary week. We got league meetings to get into. Jed spoke, which is a rarity. Kyle spoke. John Lynch spoke yesterday. I have not been able to see that press conference. If anybody has seen that press conference, either posted on the Niners YouTube or any of the usual team beat reporters, please shoot it to us because I have not been able to see that press conference anywhere. And I've been trying to watch it, but I did watch the Kyle Shanahan and the Jed York one. Just also want to give a shout out to all the pretty young ladies, especially a special pretty young lady in Seaside, California. Hi, pretty young ladies and pretty young lady land. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into all of that. We got Jason in the green room, as always. But before we do all that, I want to say what's up to everybody. Boy, pull up the comments. Here we go. Shut up, Crazy Juice. Thank you for joining us. Bebop, always. Go Niners, bruh. Jason, with the Talofa, Faithful. What's cracking, bro? We'll see you in a second. But yeah, so let's go ahead, stop delaying, and let's get the show cracking.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana, touchdown, John Taylor.
You're tuned into Niner Faithful Radio, the show hosted for the faithful, by the faithful.
What's cracking, Jason? How you doing, bro?
Talofa Faithful, how's everybody doing? Sorry for showing up late, man. My landlord
it's all good.
last second shit on me, and I was like, fuck.
I mean, you got to consider the conversation we had this morning. You know what I'm saying? And you're late. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a little
it was nothing serious. I was just like,
is my boy all right? Like, fuck this podcast shit, bro. I'll have this shit today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just some last second landlord shit. For sure, we're moving.
I saw your message.
All right.
I saw your message. So we obviously, I got look. I don't have many notes, but I actually have notes. Ooh.
Look at you creeping on a come up over here.
I know, right? With my Dollar Tree fucking notebook. Anyway, so real quick, I just wanted to get Jed spoke today. It was funny because they basically asked him, so everybody's calling you cheap, Jed. What do you think about that? And he goes, dude, I've been called worse. And he was like,
he's got a point.
And he was like, I think I've been called worse by some of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and
it's true because I remember a time there was basically a plane that flew around.
Oh my God,
fuck Jed York, basically. So he has been called much worse than just being cheap. And I'll say this in his defense, he has not been cheap. If you look at the record, he ain't been cheap.
You know, this is the thing I say is that it's what, number 2, definitely top 5 cash spend team in the NFL since Kyle and John Lynch have taken over. So that's cash. That's basically, you know, for those who don't know, signing bonus. So when you hear Brock get
hi, Miss Veronica.
What's up, Miss Veronica? Good to see you. When you get me and Miss Veronica have 2 bets going, y'all. So also, Jason, do you have the eligible? Can you pull up the eligible players and everything for the Hall of Fame this year? I forgot to pull that shit up. Why Jason gets that, I'll explain this. We got 2 bets going. First bet is I don't believe Frank Gore is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I love Frankie Gangster. Y'all see the poster right there. You feel me? I just don't believe that when people talk about Frank, I don't believe the NFL is going to love and respect Frank as much as we do. You know, I mean, fuck. If you think Frank's a better running back statistically and everything like that, but when you talk about importance in Niner history, I mean, we're talking about Roger Craig got snubbed. What, the man retired sometime in the 90s? You know, and how long have they snubbed Roger Craig with his fucking 3 rings? First back to 1,000. Let's be real. No, in particular season. I mean, maybe once when you talk about the, I think it's like 1,800 or whatever the Niner record, the year he broke the Niner rushing record. It's maybe the only year that you could say Frank Gore was the best running back in the league.
Yeah.
You know, Frank was never the best running back in the league. He was just you know how like one, maybe second spot, third spot, like they change. You know, you could have LaDainian. Frank was one of the very few backs that you knew was going to show up top 5, top 3 back every year. You know, he might not be at number 1 ever, but he was going to be number 2, number 3, number 4 every year. Right?
This is how bad it is with him being disrespected. I'm having a hard time finding a picture of him. I can find a picture with Joe Staley on it, but not Frank Gore.
Ouch.
Yeah, and I'm just like, how is that?
Ouch. Wow. Love Joe Staley. Love Joe Staley.
Yeah. Love Joe, but come on, man.
Come on, bro. You're talking about the NFL all-time most games played by a running back on 2, not 1, Jason, but 2 bad knees.
Look at this shit. Our boy ain't even on there.
Damn. That's fuck. I didn't see this one.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some people on here that deserve to get in, but they put Joe Staley and Vernon Davis on there before Frank Gore.
Wow. Oh, okay. Hold on. This is not the one I seen because they're missing. Hold on.
Yeah, that's one that comes up on my.
Let me see. You know what? Anyway, we have two. We'll get to that eventually. We have 2 bets going. One is she thinks Frank's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Miss Veronica, if you're still watching, I know you have to go in and out because you're probably at work or today's your day off. Anyway, if you're watching,
you know why? We were looking at the wrong year.
Okay, 2026.
Yeah, that's why we were looking.
Okay, because I was like, damn, they put Frank in. I was like, or Joe Staley. I was like, no, because this is why. So basically, knock if you hear me. Drew Brees, first ballot, right?
Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald, first ballot. I think Larry gets in first ballot, right? Anybody disagree with that? Drew Brees,
you could go that, he never did much in the playoffs and never won a championship. Yeah, but yes, sure. he's got to be a first ballot to me.
There is nobody else on that list. And look, I mean, you're talking about one of my favorite Niners. You know what I'm saying? On that list. And I'm saying, besides Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald, those are the only first ballot Hall of Famers to me.
I don't know, but at the same time, I completely understand what you're saying. But I think because the lack of big names on here, LaShawn McCoy gets in. Frank Gore gets in.
See, I put in Frank Gore before LaShawn McCoy.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying the names in general.
Jason Witten, but he's not first ballot.
But you know what I mean. But at the same time, it's a weak class. So in a weak class, you can get some of these guys will score by. Phillip Rivers might get in.
Phillip Rivers was the one I was really torn on. Miss Veronica we were having a discussion. Julian Edelman, Hall of Famer? I say no.
I say yes. I think he is.
Yeah. You think Julian Edelman's with him being the podcast and everything gets your name out a lot more?
Exactly. Yeah, okay. I think that'll help a little bit. let's see who else on here. I mean, other than that, I mean,
Des
we
Bryant
all
ain't
know
Mikey Potty. Love Mikey Potty, but he ain't a Hall
exactly.
of Fame.
But saying, but we remember Des Bryant because of the talk. You know what I mean? Like he did a lot of talking. You know what I mean? So someone like him,
But
you're going
he's
to
not a
remember
Hall
that
of Fame.
name. I'm not. No, I'm just saying. But he's in the media in your mind because you remember the trash talking that all the stuff that he did over the years. So, like I said, I could see it being Breeze, Larry, McCoy, and Gore. Maybe
Hey,
you flip LaShawn for Phillip Rivers. That would be the only ones I would flip for next year.
all right, hold on. We got to catch up on the comments. I'm not at work. Okay, hold on. Damn. Okay, we're hella slacking in the comments. Hold on. Okay, hello, my beauties, my two favorite men. Thank you. Yeah, 2 bets. Shit, yes.
Tommy, what's up, you fairy? He's still over here hating on Harmon.
Okay.
Me and him had a
suck.
long conversation about Harmon. I forget whatever we were using that one day.
No one is the pick for fairies.
Well, you're the lead fairy, buddy.
Pick the nostrils. I'm not at work. You see what happens, Larry? Bunch of you both. Thomas Davis. Oh, geez, Thomas is. Yeah, I was like, who the hell is Thomas Davis, bro? Like, okay, we're gonna get to these draft questions. Edelman. Yes, Edelman. They only inducted 4 people last time. So Larry, Drew Brees. I mean, come on. So out of all this list, I see what you're saying, Jason. Out of all the list, I mean, maybe Phillip Rivers.
Like I said, for me personally, if I was voting, it'd be Drew, Larry, Phillip Rivers, Frank Gore. That'd be my first 4.
Okay.
And that's all I would get in.
You say Phillip Rivers because you know what, though? This is what me and Miss Veronica were having a conversation, and I think we both – let me see. Okay.
Madonna's apparently in the house, so
yeah, Madonna's in the house over here. So, Phillip Rivers, all those great Chargers teams, right? Antonio Gates,
LT.
LaDainian LT, Phillip Rivers. Not one. I mean, what? Only one AFC Championship appearance, I believe.
Yeah. But like I said, to me, you kind of almost get with Phillip Rivers getting in. You have that same feel for the Frank kind of a thing. It's not that he was necessarily the best, but
yes,
he was consistently. So that's why I'm saying, like, with his consistency of Phillip Rivers gets him in. You know what I mean? And so if you're gonna give it to Frank, where he wasn't necessarily the best back for more than maybe a year or 2 tops, you got to give that same kind of criteria to someone like Phillip Rivers.
See, this is what always has torn me about Patrick Willis and Frank Gore, is that as much as I love P. Willis, and those who really know me, like have known me for many years, like when P. Willis is up there with BY and Ronnie Lott is my all-time favorite Niner. I was thinking Pouncey. Yeah, Marquise Pouncey is a name we haven't heard in a while. That's like one of those old school names. Anyway, I did not think Patrick Willis was going to get into the Hall of Fame.
Short career, but he was much more. He burned hotter.
Yeah, you know. But I was going to say that. Look, you're looking at somebody who would pound the drum to say Patrick Willis was a Hall of Famer. This was my thing. I thought what was going to hurt Patrick Willis was what you mentioned, Jason, the longevity, a shorter career. It's like I almost feel like the argument I've always heard against Frank is, well, he's a stat pattern. You know, you pay 16 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna accumulate stats, but then to me, you can't say Patrick Willis is not a Hall of Famer because he didn't play long enough, and then punish Frank Gore for having more games than anybody else at running back in NFL history. Like you gotta pick one or the other. You know, that's kind of my argument for Frank. Is that I think he's going to be. I thought it would be like Patrick, the opposite of Patrick Willis, But like Patrick Willis, I thought he was going to be hurt by a lot of the beginning of his career was spent on a lot of bad Niner teams.
Yeah.
You know,
But he was also the shining star on a lot of those nights. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like it was look, we're gonna talk about the San Francisco 49ers. Patrick Willis, okay, now the Seattle Seahawks. That was pretty much how ESPN treated us for how many years? It was like, okay, blah 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 blah, Patrick Willis, Frank Gore, next team. That was all we talked about.
Playoff games. You either gotta be undeniably the best, where it's like, where it's like Barry Sanders on garbage Lions teams a lot of the times. But everybody looks at Barry Sanders and says, nah, bro, you're one of the best players in NFL history. You're a Hall of Famer. So you either got to be like that or you got to shine on the brightest stage.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was what's going to hurt Frank in the short term. Long term, yes. I mean, there's a majority of people, a lot of people I would put on this list in particular. I'd put Frank in the Hall of Fame before. But anyway, so our two bets, Miss Veronica, you want to say Michael Minas? I'm betting Michael Minas going to dinner at the stadium. So Frank doesn't get in first ballot. She owes me Michael Minas. If he does, I owe her Michael Minas. And then I go 6 months, so if I go till September 20th, with no cigarettes, she's going to take your boy to Hat World at Great Mall and get your boy 2 Niner hats or 2 hats in general. So those are 2 bets your boy's got coming up. Okay, so anyway, that was kind of a long little rant. Rule changes real quick. Big ones, they're now making the ball on kickoffs go to the 35-yard line instead of the 30-yard line. Now teams will both have a chance in overtime to possess the ball, but
which I thought has been way overdue.
Yeah, I've always hated that shit.
What's it called? California style or whatever the hell it's called, or some shit like that. Overtime, I think is what it's called. Some shit.
Yeah,
like that.
I've hated that shit. I've always
Kansas City. It's Kansas City overtime is what it's called.
I've always liked the sudden death. Just kind of put some pressure on it and everything like that. But I can understand if it's like I can understand how it's less fair, especially since there's no skill involved whether you get the ball first or not or overtime. It's simply heads or tails.
Just do what college does. Each team gets a shot. Why is that so hard?
Yeah, look, but I can understand that it's tough to decide a game on whether a coin lands heads or tails. There's no skill involved. Yeah. You battle for 60 minutes with the highest skill level possible in the world of sports, and then the game's decided on a flip of a coin. It does seem a little unfair.
You like the new uniform rule?
Oh, the four play. I like it. You know what? Fuck it. Give us 3 games in the red throwbacks, and then just keep the consistent. We wear the whites and shit out of them. I like that. Shoot that shit to me.
So see, I would rather have it the other way. I'd want to have more of us in the whites because I like the reds. Don't get me wrong with the reds, but them whites are just clean, dude. The whites,
bro. The red classic. Close your eyes, Jason. Close your eyes. What images come to mind in those jerseys?
I get what you're saying. But I'm just saying, looks wise, them whites.
The whites are hard as fuck. I would vouch beyond the whole I like the specialness of it. If hey, let's be real. Modern times, Seahawks are our biggest division rival.
Yeah,
it's just for the last. What I would say you would have to go to probably the 80s or 90s. The last time.
Since probably what, 2010-ish?
2010, 2011. Yeah. Even lightweight in those early years of the division, the Matt Hasselbeck, Sean Alexander.
Yep, those guys. Yeah.
You have the T.O. Sharpie incident. So I like the fact that we wear the whites, in Seattle every year. That's just kind of what we do. I like that.
And I also like the fact that they were, even though I hate the color, they're neon greens. I like the look. You know what I mean? Because it's like you said, it's kind of great. No, it's the look of it. You know what I mean? We're there in our
The
whites. They're
whites
there in
and
the
then with their
neons.
light greens.
It looks good. You know what I mean? Like, okay, now this is what this game is going to be good.
You know what? Secretly, I was fine with the jerseys when we went last year. You had their old school, probably 90s, 80s, whatever they were.
Yeah.
Those old versus our whites. I thought those looked hard as fuck as far as like the aesthetic of it.
Yeah, they're old ones where they're a little bit more gray and not such a bright color.
Yeah.
That's
And then they
kind of hard.
that bluish with the silver helmet and everything.
And then the old school logo where it doesn't, it looks like it's more meanish kind of a looking. Like I fuck with that logo versus the new one.
Yeah. If that just was the tradition, they wore those throwbacks and we wore our whites every time we went up there, and vice versa. If we said if they wore the white version of those and we wore the red ones every time they came out here, I'd be totally down for it. You know what I like? Because I like tradition. I'm a very tradition type of guy. So, yeah, look, I'm not going to lie. Like, I would be, if it wasn't for the nostalgia and everything of it. But to me, you close your eyes and you think about those jerseys. Sure, recently, obviously, the play that comes to mind is the clinch by an inch, you know, and the white jerseys and everything like that. But you think about those 94 jerseys. You think about Jerry passing Jim Brown, all-time touchdown record leader, against the Raiders, at least to me. And you think of the Super Bowl,
where he's running into the end zone.
Yeah,
I understand that.
The image of this, and then basically any image from Super Bowl 29. Anyway,
as long as you know
what I would like. I would like if you told me, and just the NFL said, "Hey, the Niners are going to get, as long as they're popping, 3 primetime games a year." You say we get 1 Thursday night, 1 Monday night, 1 Sunday night. Just rock them for those games. So you got 4 times a year. You go to Seattle, which, let's be realistic, Jason, 99.9% likely is going to be a fucking Thursday
night game. Yeah, it's almost
Thursday night game.
Almost tradition at this point.
And then the other 3 times you give me a home Monday night, a home Sunday night, or let's say even if we get 2 home Monday night. But you see what I'm saying? You wear the Reds on the Sunday, the Monday, the Thursday night, you know, and then you just wear the rest of what we're going to have.
This is what I want right here. I
can't do it, bro. I just can't do it.
Give me some gold motherfucking uniforms. This is everything I want right here.
I just can't. The gold just looks.
But that's our color, though. That's fine. I don't give a damn whatever.
You know what, Jason? You know what I want? Give me the 90s. The maroon ones. I would. See, honestly, I lightweight don't understand why that's not our jersey. That's basically the 94 how they would have looked with the old school helmet. Hey, give me these, bruh.
These are nice.
I do not know, but the red ones. I do not know why these are not a throwback, because they're a throwback in Madden. Yeah, give me these right here. Honestly, I understand associated with a lot of bad Niner football.
But they look good, though. They look damn good.
These are my favorite jerseys, bro. These are the hardest jerseys we've had. Oh, yeah. Anyway, real quick, last thing. So if I understand this replay assist, where there was last year, so I want to officially read. By commission committee, amends Rule 15 to expand instant replay's ability to advise the on-field officials on specific objective aspects of play and or address game administration issues when clear and obvious video evidence is present. What Talofa, my brother.
How's it, Falua? How you going, brother?
Okay, hold on. I want to make sure we're keeping up. Miss Veronica, you got to answer whether Michael Minas is cool for our bet or not, our dinner bet. I want to know, because I've never been to Michael Minas. And if you're not cool with going to Michael Minas, then I want to eat there after a game this year. If you are, then I'll just wait till I win my bet Super Bowl Sunday. But anyway, So if I understand that rule correct, basically when it was obvious to everybody and their fucking mother that that was a fumble in the Seahawks game and we got robbed, the officials would be able to step in and be like, nah, bruh, that's
Yeah,
Niners ball.
yeah.
That's what I understand of it. Now, don't quote
That's
me on that, but
that's kind of the way I took it too. But who knows if that's how it's going to be interpreted?
yeah, because that was a fumble. Now, Jason and I didn't really catch it because we were at the game, and I ain't gonna lie, I was drunk as fuck.
Telling
I'm
you,
not
man,
gonna lie to y'all.
those Chapman parties be doing things to you at 4 games.
I don't remember a lot of that. As more time has passed, I've remembered less and less of that game.
Shout out to
I
John
remember,
Chapman. If you guys don't go to one of his pregame parties,
yeah, go to one
y'all
of his
don't know what you're
pregame
missing.
things. Yeah,
It's
go to one
an
of his
open
pregame
bar.
things.
That's all I'm gonna say. It's an open
Hey,
bar.
I would especially say in Seattle, if you're like me, and that's probably the hugest game of the year. And also, low key, Jason, I'm not gonna lie, if we could push it this year and do like a guys trip or something, New Orleans, the open bar in New Orleans, brother, woo, we would have a great time. That'd be a great time.
We'll see. It all depends. With the new job, I got December to
Yeah.
February off, so I might just be,
Yeah, I kind of really want to go to New Orleans. I ain't
I
gonna
was say if
lie.
it's a late season game, I might be
Yeah.
like, if I can
Yeah.
save up for it, we'll see. But there's also shit my
Yeah,
hand. My landlord
that's
just popped up, so
and also it's what I'm also not gonna lie. When we do our I'm not what I'm also thinking about doing, bruh, is depending if like I can get like if I get my taxes this year, for example. I did my taxes and I'm getting a refund, right? But child support might take it. But if they don't, you know what I've been thinking? Seeing how much it would cost me to put down a big enough bet that like for the Niners to win the NFC, that it could be like, hey Jason, if we win this bet, this is going to be enough money to either we lose it and fuck it, we just lost the money, or we win and we got enough bread to maybe get you and me a ticket to the, you know what I'm saying? Like I was thinking to myself, like, would I rather put down the 2,500 deposit, or let's say put down like 3,500? I don't know how much that would win me. You know what I'm saying? Like what I believe last time our odds were plus 1,700. I don't know what that means as far
the
as
sooner
like,
you put it down, the better.
that's what I'm saying. But still, like, kind of saying like either let's just say it's $5,000, right, to win us enough to pay for our tickets to the game. And that's what we. So either hey, fuck it, kiss this $5,000 goodbye, or hey, guess what? You and me are going to see the Niners in the fucking Super Bowl at Levi's. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. If it was like $5,000, I would put the bet down, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Right now, to win the Super Bowl, our odds are plus 1,900.
So what? You put down $1,000. How much did you win?
Let's see. It's a bet 100 to win 1,900. That's the Super Bowl. You're talking about the NFC.
Yeah, so it's to win the NFC.
Win the NFC.
This math section brought to you by.
It doesn't. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Let's see.
It won't give me actual NFC Championship. It just gives me either the West or the Super Bowl. It's like everything else is in between is skipped.
Damn. I guess we'll.
Anyways, we have a whole
see.
show we haven't even gone to yet.
Yeah, I know, right? So Miss Veronica, are you scared? I think she's scared to put whether she wants Michael Minas to be the bet or not. She'll probably message me. Okay, anyway, that apparently there's some bylaw that we're now allowed to designate two players for return. Committed, blah 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 blah. We are allowed 2 additional designated for returns. So we're allowed up to 10, but the 2 have to become from the playoffs. 1 year only. You're allowed to have 1 video or phone call with no more than 5 prospective undrafted free agents during the 2-day negotiation period. And There's a couple more that they haven't voted on. We'll get to those if they voted on.
They're also
All
doing
right.
the tush push, and there's a possibility that they can flex a game to Thursday night with 21-day notice. So if a game is on Sunday, they can give you 21-day notice, and they can flex it to that Thursday night instead.
I do not know why. I've done the math on this. You would allow each team to come off of their bye, right, and just play the Thursday after their bye. And you could do a game every single week, right? Each team does one, and you just have every team do it off of their bye.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they make too much money.
All right. So, Jason, why don't I got all the way to tackle and tight end. I did not pick my guard or center. I thought we could kind of walk through that a little bit together. I got a couple ideas of some players that I've heard that kind of fit us and everything. I'm going to start off with Big Dog. I'll let you start. Oh, you know what? Why don't we do this? Before we start, while you pull that up, let me go ahead. Let's pay some bills, and then we'll go ahead and we'll come back and we'll run through this shit and get up out of here. Founded and backed by the GOAT himself, Goat Fuel is a great tasting energy drink without the crash. Use our affiliate link below to save 10% on all Goat Fuel energy drinks. Help out the show and save 10% at the official Niner online store by using our affiliate link in the description below. Go to seatgiant.ca to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. The website again, seatgiant.ca, promo code NinerFaithfulRadio. Follow us on social media at Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok, and at Niner Faithful R on. So throat black. You know what? I don't know why I looked at the comments. I don't know why I looked at the chat when I already know chat has a mind of its own. All right, Jason, what did you want to go through first? Tackle, tight end?
Let's go ahead and do. You want to start with tight ends? All right.
Yeah, let's roll through tight ends.
I will pull mine up. Mine should be not. I've talked about this guy quite a bit. Harold Fanning Jr., tight end.
The same one. So.
Oh, did we? I thought you said you weren't doing him. That's why I pulled him up, because I could have pulled somebody else up.
Okay.
But yeah, I love everything about his game. Yes, he's not the best at blocking, but what he does good with, he's not going to pancake you like George or Juwan or anything else like that. But what he is going to do is he is going to do the blocking downfield, kind of like Ayuk does. Ayuk doesn't pancake anybody. What's he do? He just gets in the way. And that's all I want you to do. Exactly. That's all I want you to do is just get in the way of somebody. You don't have to pancake. You don't have to put anybody on their ass. Just get in the way. Put your hands on them and get in the way. And that's what he did. He will do that downfield. He is another player. He might even be more explosive of what I thought Braden Willis was going to be like. He can play that H-back type of a role.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out of the backfield, he can play that Debo type role. And now without Debo, maybe we'll see Braden Willis actually get to play that sort of a tight end H-back type of position. And then we don't need Harold Fanning Jr. And then maybe we can get someone like a Luke Lachey out of Iowa really late in the draft, who's a damn good blocking tight end. He's basically George Kittle coming out of tight end, or coming out of Iowa. So I mean, there's them. I'm not too big on like Tyler Warren, the tight end from Penn State that everybody seems to think we might get at 11. I'm not too big on him. He's solid, but I don't think he's probably the best pro-ready one right now. But I also don't think he has the highest ceiling. Like, he'd be good right now, but I think there's other guys in here in this draft that have a much higher ceiling than him.
I mean, Tyler Warren was the juice roll. He was the, all that. And look, for the 5 days we cut juice, yeah, that kind of made sense. Kind of seemed like that might be what we're doing. As we as we start to get into everything of the draft, we actually get to tackles and everything. I'll give you my opinion about pick 11, specifically, as far as just the research I've done. But so just to give you some, we went ahead and got the PFF draft. Now, most of his targets came on crossing routes, hitches, outs, and slants. Oh, and screens. So,
Remind you of anybody?
kind of like a lot like Debo.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Ran a lot of similar routes. That, what they call Debo, the slant god.
Yep.
His drop rate only 3.3. Average depth of target 7.5 yards. So he's definitely got that tight end type of tight end feel. He's not going to be a deep threat or anything like that. And I like him. What I've heard a lot about him is third round. And the reason that I like that is, people talk, a lot of with so much of the Niners' success being dependent. You want to tackle tight end? No, I said when we get to tackles. Oh, okay, you're going through it. My bad. See, this is. Hold on. I'll wait till you get to the last one. This is what I'm talking about. Everybody's going to point to basically Jalen Hurd and Cam Latu. But Jalen Hurd wasn't a can he play issue. Jalen Hurd was a health issue.
Yeah.
I think Jalen Hurd would have been fine. Checked out. All right, I'm going to let y'all handle that name.
It's called Funa for now. I'm not even looking
okay.
I'm looking at something else real quick.
Okay. We'll check Sully's comment. I'm gonna let you handle that because I have no idea how to pronounce that. And I don't.
Sorry, I'm getting a text from my landlord.
All good, brother. Do what you got to do. But to me, Jalen Hurd was a health issue, right? And Cam Latu was a bust, but Cam Latu barely played tight end. This man. He might not be a superstar. You might not say, it was the greatest third round pick in Niner history, considering that's where we picked fucking Joe Montana. But to me, round 7, all right. When we get to centers, we'll I'm sure Jason's heard of him, so we'll get to him, I'm sure. He can play. I don't think this is a question of whether this man can play and get on the field. It's just how productive can he be? Can he stay out? Those type of things. But I think that he's productive enough that you get him on the field. You're asking him to be, basically your 3rd/2B tight end. When you think of Luke Farrell's going to be our second tight end, I almost look at Luke Farrell as our tight end 2A when you look at the blocking aspect. And then
he's going to be a 6 offensive lineman.
Fan Jr. is going to be more of your tight end 2B receiver. So we're kind of taking a George Kittle and we're putting it into splitting it into 2 different players. Almost with this pick. Yeah, I like this pick a lot. That was basically my tight end. We'll go ahead and we'll go to tackles. Jason, go ahead and go over your tackle.
I picked out Logan Thomas, tackle from Kansas. We have actually talked to him. Nice, solid base, strong guy, long arms. Probably still needs a little bit of work. But then again, we saw also, coming out of Kansas, we said the same thing about Pooney. And Kansas seems to be putting out some pretty good offensive linemen right now.
Curious, did he play next to Pooney?
I want to say he did.
I'm curious about that because if you could tell me that we could get, that would be a little interesting, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. This to me, what it sounds like is, did they give any type of prediction on what round he would go in?
Probably like the fourth.
Okay, so basically, what the Niners are probably gonna fucking do to address our offensive line, I believe it was Kyle, might have been Kyle and John that basically came out and said that we have no problem with our offensive line.
Yeah, that was one of my things when I did my show this morning, and he said, "We're fine at center." No, motherfucker, you are not fine at center.
Like I don't under the frustrating thing about this is okay, sure, you could say that Aaron Banks regressed, and Aaron Banks did not have a good year last year. Really, if you look back at it now that we can speak about some finality about Aaron Banks' Niner career since it's officially done now, he pretty much had one good year.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
So I can understand, like I could understand if Kyle said, "Look, we think Jake Brendel's issues come from more of the talent and players surrounding him." And I'm willing to give you a little bit of that when it comes to Aaron Banks, but not on the right side, bruh. Not when your right guard next to the player on the right side of Jake Brendel actually was a significant upgrade last year. So I don't understand what world. Now, if you come out and you say we could not afford Drew Dolman, we could not afford to go out into the free agent market and spend. That's essentially what I got from Kyle and Jed's. Logan Brown will be a steal for a tackle, 5th or 4th round. Just penalties. Trent Hardwick, the 3rd. What's concerned?
They're jump around players.
Hold on, I'm trying to get. I accidentally clicked on this, and I'm trying to. Okay, I was accidentally commented, or was stuck on that. Anyway, my concern is that it'd be different if the Niners could, and that's basically what you got from Jed and Kyle speaking today. Is welcome to the land of paying a quarterback. We had to make these decisions once we decided, okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pay Brock, so it'd be more, hey, we can't afford free agency, but they're not talking about it being an affordability issue. They're talking about it being a non-play issue. And that's what's upsetting me, is because clearly you can see it's bad play. So fine, we can't afford better. Okay, that's one thing. But just to act like we don't need better, that's what frustrates me most about this.
It's almost like they're trying to make us think that Brendel's actually good. Like, no, if we say he's good enough, you guys will believe us. It's like, no, we've watched film. We can see he's obviously, I would say he's the worst starter on this team. Can we say that? So
yes.
If you do nothing else for your team every year, do you not want to improve the starter that is the worst one on your team? Instantly, if you do that, your team gets better. How much better? I don't know. But if you take the bottom off and you raise it a little bit, guess what? You got better.
And this is the frustrating part about it, is basically since 2020 or 2021, all we've heard is that we can't pick that. Hey, we've heard basically two things. Hey, we did adjust the 1st round. offensive line in the first round at tackle specifically. We drafted Mike McGlinchey, number 9 overall. And to the Niners' credit, the only other time they've picked even close to that, it was very clear that they had to pick a D tackle because, you basically traded DeForest Buckner, got that first round pick. It was very clear you were going to use that first round pick on a defensive tackle. So that's fine. But this year, you don't have that excuse. We're not picking 31. We're not picking 29. We're not picking 28. You're picking 11. I know PFF put out a thing I'll go ahead and get to my tackle. Ahmad Membu. I know that this is a pipe dream.
I don't think it's a pipe. I think it's a good chance.
Okay, this is my hope. Then I will say, my hope is that this is the player that like fans and analysts fall in love with, but football people don't have him rated as highly.
Yeah.
Now I do think it's going to get to the point like he'll be a first rounder. There's
yeah.
a row of teams that need offensive linemen that if we don't pick him at 11, somebody will pick him shortly before us, or shit, maybe even trade ahead of us to get him,
I get the joke. I like the joke. For those who get it, it's a good joke.
What do you say? Like week 9,
McKivitz and Brendel gave up a sack and had penalties. Did you get the joke?
Yes.
Okay.
I did. It is a good joke. So Carolina, I think Carolina's phone is going to be busy.
Yeah.
On draft day. Because there are some teams that might be calling for him. That maybe a team that sits at 13 that says, "Hey, are we willing to wait till the Niners he gets to?" Because to me, Mimbu's if Ahmad Membu is there at 11, the Niners take him. That's my hope. That's my hope. Is that the Niners would take him. I just think what's going to happen is everybody and their mom is going to know that, and teams like the Cry Girls, teams like the Dolphins, these offensive line needy teams,
they're going to be willing to spend a lot to get him.
They're going to be willing to spend and swoop up before us and get him. I don't want Simmons. I'm good. I don't want a patella tendon. God bless you, brother.
Many people that want him, man.
I'm so good. I'm cool off of that. And you know what? Thankfully, I don't think the Niners are going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. They don't want players.
Is what I'm hoping.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm hoping, and I'm hoping they won't touch him with the 10-foot pole. Basically, 2024 overall grade. Now, this is the thing about it. He is a little bit of a one-year wonder. 2022, his overall grade for PFF was 67.6. Slightly regressed in 23 to 67.1, but jumped up significantly to 90.96 this year. So he is a little bit
of a
one-year,
brother.
He is a little bit of a one-hit wonder, and his position slips. He was essentially exclusively, except for one snap, a right tackle. Outside zone snaps, most snaps that he ran were outside zone snaps. He ranked 3rd in outside zone snaps. So, Jason, he tested athletically similar to, let's be real, the Niners regret not getting Tristan Wirfs, right?
Yeah.
I think in hindsight, you trade Mike McGlinchey. In your dream scenario, you trade for Trent Williams, you draft Tristan Wirfs, and you say bye-bye to Mike McGlinchey.
Yeah.
There are teams in 2020 that would have traded for Mike McGlinchey. Anyway, so he tests them similarly to Trent Williams and Tristan Wirfs, and he has most of his run blocking scheme snaps in our scheme, Jason. Yeah, this is to me, this is priority number one. Unless we're talking about Abdul Carter, maybe Mason Graham, I would be willing to consider. It'd be a really tough decision.
Yeah.
But unless something crazy like Abdul Carter is there or something,
which, let's be honest, there should be no reason why he should
there's
be there.
absolutely. If he doesn't go one, I don't think he goes two, just because Cleveland did just give Myles Garrett all that money.
But then again, Myles Garrett and Abdul Carter would be nasty.
Oh my God, that's what a competent organization would do. If he doesn't go one, you draft Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
But let's be real, a competent organization, a competent organization would have done is they would have held out to the draft. If Abdul Carter goes number one, then you re-sign Myles Garrett, you give him the $40 million, you do all that. If he's not, you trade Myles Garrett and you draft Abdul Carter number two. It's what a competent organization does, right? I mean, am I right or am I wrong, Jason? I think that's what a competent organization does. Myles Garrett was under contract, so he's not going anywhere. And you tell a team, you tell a team, either give me a King's ransom for number two and draft Abdul Carter and you sign Myles Garrett, or give me King's ransom for Myles Garrett and you draft Abdul Carter number two. But anyway, so realistically, I think this is the biggest hope for Niners. If Membu or an edge isn't there, which I haven't even began to look at edge, so I don't know if there's any player.
There could be a couple that are in that area.
Okay, cool. If you're not looking at edge or tackle, I'm trading down out of 11.
See, me personally, I'm trading down no matter who's there. Unless Mason Graham, Abdul Carter, which
crazy
isn't happening.
Is.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm trading down no matter what. I want the extra picks. And I think this class is deep enough in spots where we need help. Moving down
but a tackle, Jason?
Yeah, I think there's enough tackles in here. So
I'm with you, minus obviously, like we said, minus the craziness. Abdul Carter, yeah. But I don't know if I'm willing to. I'm not. I feel so stuck just because when do we get up this high again to even dream about having a top tier tackle prospect?
And I think
when are we going to get this high, Jason?
A little bit later. Hopefully never.
I mean, exactly. So hopefully never. So you got to get it while you can.
But then again, look, the difference in talent between some of these guys is so little in such a thin line. Yeah, even a tackle. If you drop to the guys from like the second and fourth round are not going to be.
What's the one from Oregon? I know
Connerly?
There's Connerly. I've heard a couple people think about him.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like they're not top 5 picks. If you're not getting a top 5 player type of a situation,
yes,
you can drop down, and you're not really going that much farther down in talent.
I will agree with you. I don't want us to take a B level player at 11.
Exactly.
Give me an A plus or give me an A. I'll even accept an A minus. I won't love it, but I'll accept it if you tell me it's like a linebacker or something. But I don't want to be I will not take a B plus player. Trade back. Fuck. I do not. I want a player that we pick at 11 to be a player that we talk about as like a no-brainer second contract.
Yeah, when I want a player at 11, 20, 30 come around, we're still doing this. that we're talking about that player being around for a while.
Yeah. Like of course you extend #pay Membu.
Joe Blow.
#pay Mason Graham. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want
I
to
definitely agree with
it
you.
should be an iffy situation.
No. It should be slam dunk, no ifs, ands, buts about it. Because if not, that pick that we might have that's up this high again, Jason, it probably won't be John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan making it. You know, personally. Oh, I think y'all lost me. Hold on. Oh, that was Jason that we lost. Okay, I thought y'all lost me. My bad. My bad. It was Jason that we lost. He'll probably message me here in a second and tell me what's going on. Matter of fact, let me see. Sorry about that, y'all. I thought y'all lost me. We hardly ever lose Jason. Okay, his PC reset himself, so he'll be back in a few. So oh, speak of the devil, we got him. Welcome back, Captain.
I told you to be quick.
Let me hold on. I gotta change my I just realized I gotta change my name.
What up, media? How you doing, brother?
So why don't you get us started on guards, Jason, and then I'll give you my few that I have at guard, one at center.
Okay, so it's gonna take me a while to load this, but my guard was Donovan Jackson, and here's my thing with Donovan Jackson. I think in 5 years' time, when we're talking about this draft, Donovan Jackson will be the premier talent that comes out of this draft. He played for Ohio State. He was a guard when Josh Simmons went down. You could honestly argue that he was a better tackle than Josh Simmons was, and Josh Simmons was by far the best tackle in the draft this year. And yes, I think I figured out what it is that my my power source is going out.
We lost Jason again.
So it resets itself every once in a while.
We didn't. Okay, we got him. I mean,
so
awesome.
Donovan Jackson.
So my guards, I've been looking at, like I said, very little. Luke Kandra from Cincinnati, 3 straight years with a PFF grade of 70 plus, 99 percentile, basically athletic score. You know, PFF athletic score. And then over 2,000 snaps. So that to me, when I heard about that and the versatility, that screamed. My internet went out for a second. I blame Jason.
Screw you, Anshel. Speaking of Anshel, hit me up after the show. I got to talk to you, man.
Oh yeah. I already. Anyway, yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah, and then after Jason is maybe you and I should talk about some things, and maybe eventually the three of us should talk. Maybe draft before we do the draft or something.
The three of us.
Hey, building an empire in the sky, just the three of us, and T getting high. Hey, anyway, so this is one that I was really curious about right here. Let me see. With North Dakota State, I want to say Gray Zabel. Yeah, Greg Zabel. When I heard played all 5 positions, I'm not gonna lie, Jason. That got my ears kind of a little.
I think he's mostly set to be a center in the league, though. I mean, I think he can play guard. I don't think he's going to play tackle. Obviously, but I think he'll be a center first, then guard. But I mean, he was one of the standouts at the Senior Bowl and everything. I mean, just dominated. Everybody loves the kid. He's supposed to be, a stupid high, football IQ kind of a thing. So yeah,
Because
great kid.
the reason I say that is because it's clear that what have I said? Everybody's been talking about like okay. I think we would start Mimbu. Like Mimbu should be out Colt McKivitz, right? Or at least
What
make
up,
Colton
Kenny?
McKivitz switch to guard. Correct. I think that we believe that because if we get Mimbu and he doesn't come in and beat Colt McKivitz, we got serious problems.
Yeah.
So beyond that, why have I said that what have I said the reason that I don't want the Niners to take an offensive lineman besides, one of these top tier players is why he won't fucking play. He's not. And so that's why I'm interested in these later round guards and centers is because of the idea of he won't play. I'm not mad if our 4th round pick doesn't play this year, Jason. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little irritated if our 2nd or 3rd round pick doesn't play. Or our 1st round, 2nd or 3rd round.
Time out real quick. Just so you guys know, TJ's not falling for the April Fools. I got his ass at like 6 o'clock this morning. So sorry, guys. He's not falling.
What April Fools?
This one.
Oh.
I got TJ so early.
Hey, okay. First of all, y'all don't want to play with that shit, bruh. Y'all fucking with Fred Warner. You're fucking with my emotions, cuz. Like, I might fuck around and throw my cousin's fucking computer against the wall or something.
What? Okay.
When you're fucking around, and no, Jason got me with the fucking Jake Moody.
Yeah, I posted this morning that Jake Moody was cut at like 6 a.m. and TJ was all sorts of happy. And then I was like, psych. Then he got all sorts of mad.
No, I wasn't all sorts of happy. I was just like, what? Well, I was all shocked. Like, I didn't expect this to happen. What if I said all offseason? They did admit, Kyle said they are going to bring in a veteran kicker. But let's be real. They expect Jake Moody to win that competition.
Yeah. But like I say, at 6 a.m. when you're still half asleep. And I'm telling you, Jake Moody just got cut.
Hey, especially when you were like, I got some bad news. And I was like, what the fuck happened? And you're like, well, I didn't expect you to be up this early. I'm like, this is just one of those random days, Jason. Sometimes CJ's up at 5:45 in the morning, bro. Like, let's go. Draft coverage. And then other days I sleep. I'm up until like 5:45. Other days I wake up at 5:45. Some days I'm up until 5:45. It's just it's hit or miss. And then Jared Wilson, the center from Georgia.
That's who I had.
Okay, that's your center.
Yep.
Go ahead, then I'll let you speak about him, Jason.
As I've talked to Terradome about him, he's got a great butt, and in that he can set. You know what I mean? He can anchor his butt. He's not going anywhere. And just like with that, he's got good hand placements. Needs a little bit of work still, but I mean, like I said, I heard Terradome talking about him so many times, talking about he's got a great butt because of how he sets himself when he's down. He doesn't get pushed around or anything like that when he anchors. And then I looked into
exploding hips.
Yep, good stuff like that.
I remember our D line coach used to tell us all the time. He used to be like, he used to tell us, "Shut the fuck up." Oh.
To be fair, I did break some bad news to TJ this morning at the same time. So
yeah, so
emotional.
We'll speak about it on the show. I'll let Jason handle it when he wants to talk about things and things, and we got to figure out shit. But yeah, I got a million ideas and a million things bouncing around in my head for reasons. Jason knows why. Yeah. So anyway, my mind's a million places right now. So anyway, that's somebody I was curious about. And fine, Jason, when you tell me he's a little bit of a project, cool. Because guess what? He ain't gonna fucking play this year. I mean, we're not gonna start a rookie center, so I'm okay with getting a little.
Why not? Why the fuck would we not? Again, have Jake Brendo. I know. We have Jake Brendo at center. Fuck. Can we just go with 4 linemen? Fucking have Just have somebody, Brock.
You gotta be pretty damn good to beat out Cassius Marsh, Jason. That's still my all-time favorite Kyle line. You gotta be pretty good to beat out Cassius Marsh. God, my favorite fucking Kyle line ever.
Well, my favorite one.
All
Is
right.
We're all gonna die. We don't know if we're gonna be alive on Sunday.
Yeah, we only know we're gonna make it to Wednesday. We could all be dead.
That's still the greatest.
You know what's so funny? I was out in the living room a little bit today watching, and my cousin came by. And I just was scrolling through YouTube, and I seen that Lombardi posted the Kyle interview, right?
Yep, that's what I want.
So
I know I've got issues with Lombardi, but props to Lombardi for always being the one to drop that shit. And it's
yeah. Like, look, I respect Lombardi because he's like, sure, I think he's gotten a little bit big of himself or whatever like that, but like
that's a good one.
Whether I get my boss kid today. You might disagree with his takes, but he's gonna have content. He'll have, and if there's breaking Niner news, what's up? How you doing, girl? Why did I forget her name? Right, Deb. How you doing, Miss Deb? I totally forgot her. That's why I was like, "How you doing, girl?" Because I totally blanked on her name right now. How you doing, Deb? So anyway, fuck. What was I gonna say? Anyway, Kyle looks fucking old.
He looked like a 2-term president, don't he?
Yeah. Tell me why. That's exactly what fucking Cuddy said. That's exactly what Cuddy said.
And you notice that everybody else up in that panel, everybody else like, here's Kyle.
He looked so miserable. You know what he looked like? Get that old picture, like when Obama, first ran for president, and then get him like circa 2010. And you just like that's exactly what Kyle looks.
Back-to-back terms, and put their faces together, and you put 2017 Kyle versus now, and it's the same shit. Right,
it is like Kyle is fucking
and like I
old.
Said, it's not even the gray part. Like I understand this job is rough. It takes years off of you. Blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. It's the fact that when everybody else is up there like cheesing it, he's like, I fucking hate.
He just looks like now. So like.
He's like, I just hate everything about this right now.
I bet you if Kyle would skip the annual meetings.
Dude, if Kyle could, he would skip everything from the end of the season until fucking training camp. He'd show up for the draft and go home. And then that's the last we'd see him.
He wouldn't do no pressers or anything. Okay, speaking of the draft, good segue, Jason. We are going to be giving away some goat fuel cans. The draft shows. So we have 12 to give away. We will be at least giving away one every day. I'll pull up some draft trivia. We might do guess the next pick. We're going to be doing some shit, but we are going to give away some excellent Jerry Rice goat fuel cans at the draft.
Make limited tune in. Gold cans.
Yeah, limited edition. You see? It says right there. Limited. Wait. Sports Energy. Sorry, it says limited Sports Energy right there. Okay, it doesn't say limited edition on the can. Oh yeah, it does. It says it right there. See?
I still got all these.
Oh yeah. See, so we got limited edition. So we will be giving away not this can. This can's pretty rough. I ain't gonna lie. Some of these cans are pretty rough, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. They didn't do a great job of shipping. Some of these cans are like, whoa.
Oh, have you seen? Look at this shit cans of mine. Mine came all fucking crazy nice.
Damn, they did your boy hella grimy. No, the ones I got to give away, most of them are pretty nice. This is one I brought from the store.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I got some because the ones I got seem to be pretty thick.
Or no, maybe I got I don't remember. Anyway, so we will be giving away those on the draft show coming up in I think it was 23 days 23 or something like that. 1, 2, 3.
We are CMC days away from the draft.
21, 22, 23. Yeah. CMC days away from the draft. We will be going live Friday, 6 p.m. here on the West Coast. It's been so long since I did a Friday show. I freaking forgot. That's all bad, Jason.
What?
It's been so long that I did a Friday show. I totally forgot what time
Well,
we go on
Bebop, you
air
can
on
try
Fridays.
the black cherry ginger ice. Will have flavor.
Ooh, that sounds
Then
good.
there is the. What's I got over here? I got so much of this shit laying around in here. Watermelon
Muhammad
fruit
Ali.
punch with Muhammad Ali.
I've tried that one. That one's good. Not the Muhammad Ali, but I've tried the watermelon fruit punch.
And then the one I'm going on record and saying is the best one is the pineapple cream soda. Oop, wrong way. Best flavor right there. Pineapple cream soda.
All right. So we will be live 6 p.m. here on the West Coast Friday. We will give you defensive tackles and defensive ends. I'm going to go watch some of that right now, honestly, and then play a little FC 24 or 25 because fucking Man United lost, bro. I was so pissed. Oh my God, bro. Like, anyway, my soccer team causes like a lot of stress in my life. No wonder I have fucking chest pains. No wonder I'm fucking starting to get old, bro. I stress way too much. I need to bring down my stress level. Probably the worst time ever to quit picking smoking. Like,
Right.
all right, bro. Final thoughts.
Can't wait for the draft. I'm almost a little burnt out because I'm tired of doing the same thing over and over. Like, I just want to see what our new teams are. I want to see what our new toys are. That way we can start projecting on what's going to go forward. So I mean, there's just like, come on, we just got a few more days, a few more weeks to go, and we'll get it.
Look, we're doing a show right now, Jason, because this is what you do. You just do draft preview shows. Bro, tell me who the fuck we got, and then I'll do all this research. I'll do, like, you know what I'm saying? I'll dive in deep into every one of our draft picks. You know what I'm saying? But when we get them, I'm not spending all my time fucking, like, that's the frustrating thing about the draft. I always tell my girl, I'm like, you spend so much time on these draft picks. Majority of the people that we study, Jason, are never going to be Niners.
We could be 0 for whatever for everybody that we pick.
Yeah, we are going to be. I don't think I've ever picked somebody that I was like, yeah, the Niners are going to get him.
So,
or Reuben Foster. I wanted Reuben Foster. I was one of the very few that and
how'd that work out?
Behold, yeah, behold, your boy drafted. Oh, I was pissed that we drafted Frank Gore. I was pissed that we drafted Patrick Willis. After that, I just kind of gave up. I was like, all right, clearly I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
So we need to find out who you hate the most in the draft, and then we can draft them, and they'll be in the ring.
This nigga's gonna be absolute garbage next fucking.
This guy can't tackle for shit. He can't catch.
My excuse for Patrick Willis. Look, Frank Gore. Let's be real. Like the two bad knees, bro. That was the thing.
Frank Gore should never have been a good NFL player at all.
Like, right? So can hindsight, I was wrong, all that, but let's not act like I was totally crazy, Jason.
No.
Okay?
No.
Let's not act like I was totally crazy. Patrick Willis was just like, people seem to forget. That's when we had the Keo Spikes. I believe we still had Derek Smith. So we were stacked at linebacker. That was the idea of Patrick Willis. And then I watched one training camp practice, and I was like, who the fuck is this number 52? And changed my life forever. It took one training camp practice to be like, yeah, that number 52 is legit. He run, he fast. He hit hard, he run.
He
fast.
I'm over there good. He good.
He give up that woo lick. Anyway, that type of lick make everybody go woo. Anyway, right. Hey, Bobby Boucher, the best tackler since Joe Montana. Joe Montana was a quarterback.
Man, Joe Montana.
I said Joe Montana. Oh man, Ronald Boy is like one of my favorite movies ever.
Oh yeah, it's good shit. But yeah, it's like I have fun doing the drafts, the mock picks, looking through all this stuff. But like you said, 99.9% of the time it's just a waste because we get half of we might get one right a year.
Speaking of which, we will have our full 7-round mock draft back. You were good, right? You were able to get into the
No, so
PFF?
send me the information so I can try that again before I go to bed.
Fuck. Okay.
But
While I download it, I'll look up at the.
yeah,
I'll do that. All right, brother. So we'll see you Friday, 6 p.m.
Friday, and then media. I'm gonna hit you up here in about 5 minutes.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Deuces. Off for that to love it. One love.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate Jason doing the show as always. We love y'all. We shall see y'all Friday. Till then, faith, love, and happiness.